Live television promises authenticity, but sometimes that authenticity becomes something viewers wish they could unsee. Today we are unpacking a live segment that spiraled in seconds. A Czech wildlife presenter, a 2,200-pound European bison, and a broadcast with zero delay. It was May 14th, 2014, at a small regional wildlife park in the Moravian-Silesian region of the Czech Republic. The plan sounded simple. A routine educational piece about how to behave around large hoofed animals. The host, Maric Dole, 41, had spent 12 years as a zookeeper before moving to television 3 years earlier. His show focused on wildlife education with a personal touch, and his history at that very zoo gave him access others didn't have. But those privileges came with blind spots. The zoo's insurance company had recently tightened restrictions on media access, specifically discouraging live broadcasts involving direct enclosure entry. For large, unpredictable animals like the European bison, modern standards are clear. Maintain safe distances, keep supervision tight, and never turn your back. Direct, unsupervised presence inside an active bison enclosure is normally prohibited. Despite this, the segment was scheduled live with no delay. Budget cuts had reduced staffing. The usual safety coordinator wasn't there. A second keeper assigned as a spotter got pulled to another enclosure, leaving Maric alone. And there was more. The animal had been agitated earlier by construction noise that administrators chose not to postpone. Still, the plan moved forward. Maric would step inside the enclosure to demonstrate safe observation techniques from near the primary gate. It was a procedural violation that went unchallenged, partly because of his seniority, partly because the live broadcast clock was ticking. Meanwhile, maintenance workers had used a secondary service gate that morning to deliver fresh bedding. The latch looked engaged, but debris kept it from fully locking. Cameras rolled as Maric entered. The bison was calm at first, grazing near the far wall. Maric began explaining body posture and how to appear non-threatening, but as he talked, he drifted closer than he advised, subtly contradicting his own guidance. He backed toward what he believed was a secured secondary gate, unaware it was slightly ajar behind him. Then, without warning, the animal's demeanor changed. The bison raised its head, snorted, and charged with shocking speed. On live television, viewers watched as the animal struck him and drove him backward through the partially open gate. The feed captured panicked voices and sudden motion before the broadcast cut. On-site emergency staff reached the scene in roughly 90 seconds, using protocols to push the bison back inside and secure both gates. Paramedics arrived within 8 minutes, but Maric had already succumbed to fatal injuries. The coroner later determined he died from massive internal trauma caused by multiple blunt force impacts. His archived episodes were quietly pulled from rotation, and his family received an undisclosed settlement from the zoo's insurance company. Here's the hard truth. This tragedy wasn't caused by a single bad decision. It was a cascade. Reduced staffing, a missing safety coordinator, an agitated animal, a service gate that wasn't fully latched, a live broadcast with no delay, and a host whose confidence in familiar terrain overrode evolving safety protocols designed for exactly these moments. Quick question for you, and I want your honest take in the comments. What is the one safety line you would never cross for a live broadcast to animal enclosures? Industrial machinery, or extreme weather, and why? Your perspective could be the reminder someone else needs. Looking at this case, the lessons are uncomfortably clear. Familiarity is not a force field. Even experienced keepers treat large ungulates with caution because territorial behavior can flip without warning. Safety protocols are not bureaucracy. They exist to counter rare but catastrophic scenarios. Live production pressure can bend judgment, and removing small safeguards like a second spotter can turn an unlikely risk into a fatal outcome. This story also underscores why facilities insist on locked exclusion zones, visible safety lines, and layered oversight during shoots. The European bison is a powerful, unpredictable animal that demands distance and structure, and the absence of both on that day proved devastating. If you appreciate deep dives that examine how and why real-world moments go wrong and what we can learn from them, consider subscribing for more responsible storytelling and analysis. Ultimately, authenticity is the promise of live TV, but there is a difference between real and reckless. The cameras can roll, the show can be engaging, and safety can still come first. The question every live crew should ask before they hit go live is simple. Is this shot worth the risk?